I was asked a question yesterday which I wasn't prepared for, so I just gave the first answer that came to the top of my head, which is a fine answer. But then I was driving home and it was rattling around in my head for a little while. So I want to come back to this guy, because I wonder if there's a more elegant explanation for it. I showed you the pattern and you were like, I don't know, I'm not that convinced. I want you to see one more way that you can illustrate this, okay? Maybe it's a bit philosophical. Factorials. Where do factorials come up in maths? Like, they're not just, oh, this is cool, this is interesting. What kinds of areas of maths do they come up with? In permutations and combinations, right? In arrangements. So we do things like this. We say, you know, if you've got 4 spots and you have to put 4 people into those spots, how many different ways can I do it, right? And of course you can think about it like this. Well, let's take the 4 of them and think, well, I can put any of the 4 in this first spot, right? When I look at the next spot, I don't have that many to choose from anymore because I've just put 1 here. So there will be 3 that I can put in that spot, and then there are 2, and then there are 1. So that's where we get all of the possibilities. That's 4 factorial, right? So another way you can define factorials is not just it's this multiplied by all of the integers down to 1, right? You can also think about it as 4 factorial is the number of ways to arrange a certain number of objects, right? In this case, it was 4. Yes? Okay. So when you come back to, like, say, a simple case where, like, you know, 1 factorial, of course it's 1 when you think of the original definition, but it's also 1 when you think of this. When you have just 1 object, how many ways can I arrange this? How many orders do I have? And the answer is 1, right? Okay. So if I have no objects, how many different distinct orders do I have? I have 1. Here it is. That's it, right? There's no way I can rearrange this where you look at my 0 objects and say, oh, that's a different order of your 0 objects, right? It's still the same order. There's none of them, right? So being that there is only 1 possible way, the number of ways to arrange 0 objects is 1, okay? So if you weren't pleased with my pattern forming yesterday, then maybe that's another way to look at it, okay? It's really important that you don't just say, rules are rules, because mathematicians always have a reason for it, okay?